Okay, we're into the top of the fourth inning now here at Memorial Stadium. It's 3-0 the score. Port Huron High scores 3 big runs in the bottom of the third, aided by a couple Port Huron Northern errors. Port Huron High School hit the ball on the nose a couple times, and the old bugaboo, the base on balls, haunted Port Huron Northern. For Northern in the top of the fourth inning, the catcher Nicole Lapish will lead it off, followed by Andrea Hughes, the designated hitter, and Jenny Atwell, the third baseman. So far this game, Jenny Downing has been in real control. She has retired the last 4 hitters. Actually, there was an error there in the third inning, so I take that back. Again, Nicole Lapish leading it off. Nicole flew out to the right fielder the first time up, a real fine running catch by the right fielder for Port Huron High, Jamie Bauman. So she is 0 for 1. Downing sets, delivers, and Lapish takes the ball 1. Lapish's leadoff there this inning. If I was the coach, I'd be having her take until she gets a strike. We'll see what she does. She swings and hits a fly ball to the right, and another fine running catch out there. Jamie Bauman seems to have Nicole Lapish's numbers. That's 2 fine running catches she's made out there in right field. 1 away for Port Huron Northern here in the top of the fourth inning. Jamie Bauman so far is one of the big stars in the game. She's walked out of the number 9 hitting position, scored a run, and made 2 real fine catches, robbing Port Huron Northern of extra bases. They'll bring Andrea Hughes, who lined out to the second baseman first time up. First pitch is hit right to the first baseman. And that's 2 outs. And that'll bring Jenny Atwell. Jenny walked first time up. Now this time up, she should be taking her time a little bit to give her pitcher a little bit of a rest between innings. If she swings and makes a out in the first pitch. And there it is. 3 pitches, 3 away, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Port Huron Northern. The end of 3.5 innings is Port Huron High School 3, Port Huron Northern 0. Port Huron Northern has to exhibit a little bit more patience at the plate. They're swinging at mostly every pitch within the strike zone rather than waiting for a good hitter's catch. And Jenny Downing's doing an excellent job keeping the ball on the inside part of the plate and the outside part of the plate, keeping it away from the middle of the plate. And for the most part, she's been keeping the ball down low. So hats off so far for 4 innings of pitching for Jenny Downing. She's only allowed 2 hits. Hasn't allowed any hits since the first inning. For Port Huron High School in the bottom of the third, leadoff batter will be Jenny Fleshman, followed by Ann Kovach and Terry Lloyd here at Memorial Stadium on a beautiful 70-degree April day. It's quite a difference from the beginning few ball games where any fans that were at the game were wrapped up in parkas and blankets, and you could have built an igloo, anything to keep warm. It feels like baseball season, and it looks like softball season. Over on the other diamond over in the distance, we see the Port Huron High School Big Reds are also playing a baseball game. By the looks of things, they're also playing Port Huron Northern today, way over across the way at Memorial Stadium. So big intercity, and also, as strong as these programs are, a real major league rivalry. As Port Huron High School is trying to knock the undefeated league slants out from under Port Huron Northern. Jenny Fleshman leading off. She went down swinging the first time up. And the first pitch by Amy Kilborn is down and inside for ball 1. So far, the story of the ball game has been Jenny Downing's pitching, Jamie Bauman's defense, and some timely hitting by the Port Huron High Big Reds. Another base hit. She picks a high and outside pitch, and the Northern center fielder, for some unknown reason, throws the ball over to first base. out single to center. One out, and Kovac is the batter, and she also struck out in the first inning. Amy Kilborn doesn't look exceptionally sharp today. Square around and a strike called on Ann Kovac, the center fielder. Was that a decoy, or are they actually going to bunt? That's the problem facing Port Huron Northern infielders who charge hard at first and third base. A hard slap will go by them. This time she doesn't square, and she fouls the ball off. And that one, they got ricocheted off of Mrs. Kilborn, Amy's mother, and hit the coach's wife, Mrs. Martha Davey. So there's quickly 2 strikes on Ann Kovac, as one didn't materialize. So now we'll take a couple base hits to score Jenny Flushman from first base. Set by Amy Kilborn, and she delivers strike 3. And runner going to second, and she is out! A real fine throw by Nicole Lapish to Kim Hill, and the tag is put on Jenny Flushman, who is out trying to steal. So that will be a double play, going 1, 2 to 4. And Ann Kovac again makes a real fine throw, and that quickly gets 2 outs for Port Huron High School as Terry Lloyd looks at a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Pretty good strategy by Coach Popa, running the hit and run. Easy ground ball back to Kilborn. Easy throw to first base to Luxton, and there's 3 away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left on base. And at the end of 4 complete innings of play, Port Huron High is still leading Port Huron Northern by the count of 3-0. For Port Huron Northern, in the top of the 5th inning, they will be leading it off with the number 9 batter, Debbie Whitman, followed by Tracy Alcock and Pam Barber. Port Huron Northern is running out of innings if they want us to mount any kind of a rally, as big innings are hard to come by when you have a pitcher the caliber of Jenny Downing out on the mound. And again, fast pitch softball. Pitching is a very major portion of the game, but you can't underestimate defense. So you've seen today, every batter is not going up and striking out, and defensive sharpness is really a key. If you give 1 or 2 runs away in the game of fast pitch softball, it's an awfully tough nut to come back from. So far, Port Huron High School has played flawless softball in the field. They're errorless, where Port Huron Northern, I have them down for 2 errors, and there's been 1 or 2 plays that might have been a little bit questionable. As we're just about ready to go here in the top of the 5th, Debbie Whitman, the left fielder, will be leading it off. Last time up, Debbie had a base hit. One of only 3 hits off of Jenny Downing. Rock set, and a fly ball to right field. As Whitman doesn't quite get around on it, the ball goes foul into right field, and there's quickly 1 strike. Downing comes to the rock set, she delivers. Change of pace, and Whitman's way out in front. Quickly, 2 strikes. Whitman's got to be thinking now what's coming. Excellent pitch. And a hard fastball pop up to the right side. It looks like trouble, and it's a base hit. The wind carries it over the second baseman's head. And it's played in right field by Jamie Bauman, gotten back into the infield. And Debbie Whitman, the number 9 hitter, is quickly 2 for 2. That'll do wonders for Debbie's average. That brings the top of the order, Tracy Alcock up. Tracy's 1 for 2, had a single in the first, popped out to the first base in the second. And the foul ball right straight back on the screen. Tracy had a time, dropped her hands just a little bit, and got under the ball. Tracy's a real good-looking ball player. Come up through the court here in Minor Softball Association. Set by Downing and delivered ground ball to third base. Quick throw to second. That's one out, and that's all they get. Real fine play by Terry Lloyd at third. Heads up play. Cuts off the lead runner going into second base, and that puts a runner at first base with one man, one person out, and Pam Barber being the batter. Pam had a single also in the first inning, and she grounded out third to first in the third. One out, one on here in the top of the fifth inning at Memorial Stadium. Jenny Downing in control. She sets and delivers the foul ball. Looks like it's out of play. It is. Quickly one strike. Downing's exhibited excellent control so far. And again, I believe the Port Huron Northern batters might be a little bit impatient. They're reaching for a lot of pitches. Right now, what you have to do is get some base runners. You can't hit any three-run homers if you don't get any runners on base. So everybody needs to hit for Port Huron Northern's sake. And there's a pop-up. That looks like a play by the catcher. And it is caught by Jenny Fleshman, who goes out, takes control like a good catcher should, and makes the put-out. And there are two down for Port Huron Northern here in the top of the fifth inning. Kim Hill, the batter. It's Port Huron Northern is having trouble mounting any kind of a rally against the slants of Jenny Downing. Again, Downing hasn't struck any batters out, but she's kept them off balance by spotting the ball well, putting the ball where she wants, and Port Huron Northern batters are being a little bit on the impatient side. And there's a pitch in the dirt, swung at and missed. I believe the hit run was on that time, though, so you can't necessarily fault Kim Hill. As Alcock goes to second base, where she's in scoring position. A base hit now will bring her in. The left fielder is playing awfully deep. She couldn't throw her out with the bazooka from the position that she's in. Two outs. The runner will be off with the crack of the bat. Set and delivered high and away, and Kim Hill doesn't bite. Makes a one ball, one strike count. Bill Tolles, a veteran of 40 years of umpiring, out umpiring the bases today. And a nice pitch by Jenny Downing on the inside corner of the plate. Kim Hill didn't necessarily agree, but it looked like a very good pitch. And there's one ball, two strikes, two outs, 3-0. Port Huron High School, runner on second base. Kim Hill, the hitter, Jenny Downing, the pitcher. She sets, delivers, and it's a pop-up. Should be caught, shortstop, under it, and Kelly Nichols makes the catch, and there's three away for Port Huron High School, or the Port Huron Northern High School in the top of the fifth inning. They get a base hit, but score no runs. Leave one runner. At the end of 4.5 innings, Port Huron High School still has the 3, and Port Huron Northern still sitting on the goose egg. Leading off for Port Huron High School in the bottom of the fifth inning will be Jamie Baughman, who's played a real integral part in the game today with two real fine running catches off from the bat of Nicole Lapish, and she also got the rally started in the third inning by taking a base on balls, and she scored on a hit by Kelly Nichols that went through the legs of the right fielder. She'll be followed by Kelly Nichols, the leadoff batter, and Jenny Downing. Baughman, a senior, adding quite a bit of leadership to the team. Not a real solid offensive player as of yet, but as we saw earlier in the game, can make the plays in right field. Kilborn sets and delivers a pitch, too low, one ball, no strikes. strike on the inside corners. Kilborn comes in with that curveball and back away. Jamie Bauman from the plate. Kilborn sets again, delivers, and it's high and away. And Jamie Bauman goes fishing and catches nothing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball comes back into the Port Huron Northern rooting section again. And it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a line shot to the second baseman. Kim Hill plays it over to Lisa Loxton. And there's 1 away. Bauman hit that one right on the nose. It would have been a couple steps either way from the second baseman. It would have been a base hit. But Kim Hill stayed down on it, made a nice play over to the first baseman, Lisa Luxton, and there's 1 away. And that brings up Kelly Nichols. Kelly hit the fly ball to right field, a base hit, in the 3rd inning to knock in a run, and then later scored herself. And a foul ball comes straight back. Well, 1 strike. Kelly 2 for 2. She also singled in the first inning. And there's a line drive on Lisa Luxton at first base. And it's caught. Quickly 2 away, and that brings up the pitcher, Jenny Downey, who's really earned her livelihood on the mound today by keeping the Port Huron Northern hitters off balance. She's fouled to the catcher and threw out the first. She hits a base hit. Oh, a diving stop by the shortstop. Throw the first. Downing beats it out with some pretty good speed. An excellent stop by Pam Barber at short. She ranged far to her left, dove for the ball. Couldn't quite regather her feet and throw out the speedy Downing on first base. Downing checks in with the base hit. 2 outs, 1 person on. Christy Berry, who's also 2 for 2. Steps up to the plate. And down pitch on the inside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Christy Berry. Christy Berry and Kelly Nichols have been the hitting heroes for Port Huron High School. As Amy Kilborn comes in with strike 2. They each chip in with a couple hits and been responsible for driving in runs. Set by Kilborn. Delivers, and there's the ball hitting the right center fielder. The angle's misplayed. The ball skips on the fast grass. It's back in, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-base hit for Christy Berry. And Jenny Downing scores from first base on it, and it's now 4-0 Port Huron High School. And again, the fast outfield conditions ate Port Huron Northern up a little bit. The ball got to the outfield and it just skipped a little bit. Tracy Alcock came straight over after the ball. She didn't quite get back and play the angle perfectly. By the time she got there, the ball had gone past her just about all the way to the fence. She hustled back, made a real fine play, holding Christy Berry to a triple. His ball got all the way to the fence. 4-0 now, Port Huron High on the verge of pulling an upset here on the number 4 rated team in the latest Detroit Free Press Class A state poll. Kilborn keeps her composure out on the mound. She sets and delivers to Sherry Hubbard. A little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Kilborn sets again. And it's a ground ball, 1 hopper to Lisa Loxton at first. She touches first base. Play goes 3 unassisted. But Port Huron High strikes paid her again. They get 1 run on 2 hits. No Port Huron Northern errors and 1 runner left on base. And at the end of 5 innings now, it's Port Huron Northern 4. Or Port Huron High School 4, Port Huron Northern, no score. So far, the line scores for the game so far. Port Huron Northern has no runs through 5 innings. with 7 big hits. And a big key for Port Huron High School is they've only left 3 runners on base. Excellent job of clutch hitting by the Port Huron High School Big Reds. Northern sets their lineup here in the top of the 6th inning. Number 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. Lisa Loxton will lead it off, followed by the freshman Tracy Stanislavski and the catcher Nicole Lapish. Let's hope for Port Huron High's sake that running the bases as hard as she did didn't affect Jenny Downing. She's a young gal and in good shape, so she probably won't be winded like some old people that I know after they run the bases. Lisa Lexton leading it off. She's 0 for 2 today. She grounded out shortstop and third baseman in a force-out situation, and she was safe in the 3rd inning on an error by the first baseman as she hit a ground ball to the shortstop, and the first baseman for Port Huron High School dropped the ball. He's a big power threat. Jenny Downing sets, delivers, and there's a hard smash right at the shortstop. Kelly Nichols, and she gobbles it up for the first big out. And again, Port Huron Northern is showing absolutely no patience at the bat. They really need to start taking a few pitches. Right now, walks are just as good as hits. Tracy Stanislavski up now, and Tracy's also 0 for 2. And she goes fishing. First pitch, outside, and Stanislavski goes after it. Girls really need to learn some patience here. It's good pitching like Jenny Downing's doing and setting them up, and they're going for real borderline pitches. And there's quickly 2 strikes. Let's see if Stanislavski set up for a changeup here, or maybe with a 4-0 lead, maybe Jenny Downing will just keep coming and coming over the plate and make Port Huron Northern batters hit the ball. She's definitely got her set up for a changeup. Let's see if she delivers it. I believe she shook off the first sign. She sets, and she throws the hard fastball. And on 3 pitches, Stanislavski is struck out. And that is the first strikeout today for Port Huron High School pitcher, Jenny Downing. And she just reared back and played good old fast pitch softball and blew the ball past Tracy Stanislavski. That brings up Nicole Lapish. Right fielders had her number 2 times today with 5 running catches. First pitch to Nicole is across the plate for a strike. Downing delivers, and she throws a little bit too high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nicole Lapish. So Nicole leaves off the first 2 pitches. And strike 2 as Nicole goes after a high pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The idea of batting in fast pitch softball is try to get ahead of the count so the pitcher has to throw you a good strike and then you go after it. Pitching's just the opposite. Just a little bit outside and the hair low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitcher's point of view, they're trying to get you to swing at those borderline pitches. It's hard to get the fat part of the bat on them. Rock set again by Downing. She delivers, and it's a ground ball to the first baseman. It looks like another easy 1-2-3 inning for Jenny Downing and the Port Huron High School Big Reds. As Port Huron Northern goes out, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And at the end of 5.5 big innings, it's Port Huron High School 4. Port Huron Northern still in the big goose egg. Again, the story of this game short, they would have rolled all the way to the fence, and who knows how far Nicole Lapish would have been able to go on either of them. Leading off for the Courtyard High School Big Reds here in the bottom of the sixth inning will be the catcher, or the left fielder, Sherry Schumann. Sherry's popped out twice today. First time to the third baseman, second time to the left fielder. She's 0 for 2. She looks like she's a pull hitter. She's hit the ball to the left side both times. Left fielder is still playing awfully deep. And my guess is Sherry's going to be trying to plop one in front of her in the bottom of the sixth. Northern really needs to hold the farm right here. They really can ill afford to give up any more runs if they have any dim hope for a comeback here. And the first pitch by Amy Kilborn goes a little high. Amy looks like she might be tightening up a little bit. She's pushing the ball a little bit. She sets, delivers, and she goes outside, ball 2. Also, I think her concentration's going a little bit. I think she's letting a few things wear on her a little bit. She's a bulldog out there, though, and she comes to the rock set and delivers high, 3-0. She needs to get her head into it here. And she had this trouble in the third inning, and it led to a big inning where she came out real flat at the beginning of the inning and walked a batter on 4 straight pitches, and that was the beginning of a 3-run inning. She gets this one across. She throws a strike to Sherry Schumann and makes a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Still a hitter's count. Schumann doesn't have to swing at it unless it's right down the middle of the plate where she can hit it right on the nose. Set. Delivers. Strike 2 by Kilborn. And Amy's just got to reach back and throw it in the same spot again and hope the defense can take over. Hope Schumann swings right through it. The delivery, ball 4, way high, way outside. And Schumann goes to first base. We're looking at a real possible bunt situation with Jenny Fleshman, the batter, 120 hitter coming into the game. She has had a single for 2. So that'll raise that average some. She squares, gets the bunt down to third base. Foul, but at least she got the ball down. See there, she used proper form, got the bat out, hit the ball well. Just a little bit foul, she hit a little bit hard. The job that the batter needs to do is hit it right back, make the pitcher field it. Don't hit it right to either of the cornermen. Set by Kilborn. She delivers. Low and inside. Fleshman skips out of the way of it. It's a 1-ball, 1-count strike here. Bottom of the sixth inning here. Courtyard High School leading 4 runs to nothing. Sherry Schumann on first base with a walk. And a bunt, foul again. Neither team has been able to execute the bunt with any proficiency at all today. I'm sure come the next practice, the coaches will be working on that a little bit. It's a very, very important play of fast pitch softball. Especially when you get into a tough situation when it comes tournament time, the ability to hit the button down can win or lose a 1-run ball game. There's 2 strikes now. Fleshman's pretty well going to probably have to swing away. She was foul on the third strike. As you know, she will be out. She's called out on strikes. It's a knee-high drop by Amy Kilborn. Puts her away. That makes 1 away here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and Ann Kovac. And has been a strikeout victim 2 times today. Oh, she has had some good swings at Amy Kilborn. Pretty good speed on first base with Schumann, the left fielder. And the good arm behind the plate with Nicole Lapish. Let's see if Coach Pope tries to hit and run. And there's the foul, 1 strike. And Kovac has a little bit of a loop in her swing. By that I mean her hands drop a little bit, and she tends to swing under the ball a little bit. Her bat doesn't really get out, the barrel of the bat doesn't get out in front of the plate quick enough to be effective against a good fast pitcher. Just as I say that, she corrects it. It's a base hit by the third baseman. That was an excellent swing. That time she kept her hands out, rotated her hips, got the barrel of the bat out in front of the plate, hit the ball solidly for a single, and that puts 2 runners on. now several years. One strike by Kilborn. Set. Delivers. Foul ball. Now, Amy's got her set up with quick 2 strikes. Let's see if she has a killer instinct and puts her away. She needs to do with no balls and 2 strikes now. Show her something that looks good enough to swing at and not good enough to hit. Sets. And a beautiful, beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate, 3 or 4 inches off the corner. And an excellent pitch gets a strikeout on Terry Lloyd. Makes 2 outs and leaves it up to Jamie Bauman, the right fielder. Outfield should be pulled in a little bit left field so they have an opportunity to throw the runner out on a base hit. Outfield's playing a little bit deep and left. Kilborn delivers the first pitch a little bit too high. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and second, 2 out here, 4-0. Bottom of the 6th. Kilborn delivers too high again. 2 balls, no strikes. She doesn't want to walk Bauman because the ever dangerous Kelly Nichols is on deck. Kelly's checked in with 2 hits today. And Kilborn throws a strike. 2-1. Kilborn sets. Delivers the 2-1 pitch. Just a little bit inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bauman's under instructions by Coach Pope not to swing unless the ball is right down the middle of the plate. Kilborn's got to come in 2 more times. She sets. Throws her down the middle. Bauman follows it back on the screen. She had that one time. She got in just a little bit. The count is full. There are 2 outs. The runners can be going on release of the pitch. Base hit will certainly score the runner from second. It might score the runner all the way from first. Ground ball to short. Long throw to Lexton at first. And Jamie Bauman's retired. Corrier and High doesn't do any further damage that inning. They score no runs on 1 hit. Base on balls. They left 2 runners on base at the score at the end of 6 innings. Corrier High School is up 4-0. Corrier Northern needs some instant runs here in the bottom of the 7th or top of the 7th inning. And they will be setting up the bottom of the batting order. Andrea Hughes, the designated hitter, followed by Jenny Atwell and Debbie Whitman. Corrier Northern has only been able to touch Jenny Downing so far with 5 hits. Jenny's weathered every storm. She's scattered hits in the first inning. She scattered 2 hits. And then there's been 1 hit each in the 2nd, 5th, and 6th innings for Corrier Northern, and that's been it. Jenny's control has been exceptional. She's only had 1 walk back in the 2nd inning and hasn't walked anybody since then. And again, a real major story in this ball game has been the very consistent play of Coach George Pope's Big Reds defense, who've made every play that they've had to make and helped Corrier Northern off the scoreboard. As Downing is checked in with only 1 strikeout. Strikeouts are a very unimportant stat if you keep the batters off balance and they don't hit the ball on the nose. If you're able to keep the hitters hitting the ball to the fielders without muscling up, hitting hard line drives everywhere, you've done your job as a pitcher. Try to overthrow going for the strikeouts, and all of a sudden the ball flattens out, you lose control, and the batter's lambasted. Probably the 3 attributes that a pitcher needs is number 1, velocity, number 2, location of the pitch, and number 3, ball movement. And if you have ball movement and location, velocity becomes the 3rd most important thing. It's nice to have, but it's not necessary. Hughes steps in here in the top of the 7th. This is it for Corrier Northern. If they can't come up with 4 big runs, the party's over. And an easy ground ball back, bobbled by Downing. A real fine play made by the second baseman, Sherry Hubbard, and gets out Andrea Hughes. play will go 1 to 4 to 3 as Downing gets an assist for deflection. She misplayed the ball a little bit. It was really her play, and a very alert play by the second baseman, Sherry Hubbard, threw out Andrea Hughes going down to first base. That brings up Jenny Atwell, the third baseman. Pitch by Downing. She throws a nice pitch high on the outside corner. Tough pitch to reach for strike one. Atwell's walked and grounded out short to first. Change up, line to the third baseman. Nice pitch by Jenny Downing. As Jenny Atwell got out on her front feet and had a little trouble timing the change up. As Downing had her set up, and third base makes the play. Terry Lloyd was right on the spot there, and we're down to no more outs. Debbie Whitman, the hitter. She's the last hope here for Northern, and that's the ball. Down low, 1-0. Whitman, although she's hitting ninth, has been Northern's leading hitter. She's had 2 of the 5 Port-Huron Northern High School hits today. She had a single in the second and a single in the fifth. Set by Downing. And a swing and a miss by Whitman. Comes even to 1-1 as the Port-Huron High contingent smelling the upset, going for the victory. A well-deserved one. Set by Downing, the delivery, a change up, a beautiful pitch. Catches Whitman way out in front. Downing's up with 2 strikes. Super job today by Jenny Downing out on the mound. She's had the Northern hitters off balance all day at yeoman's duty. She sets, delivers, foul back. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. Whitman just got a piece of it, managed to foul it back. On deck, hoping for one more time at bat, Stacey Alcock. Tough game for Port-Huron Northern. Downing, pop up, center fielder walks in, she plays it on one hop. And Debbie Whitman, what a fine day she's had. She's had half of Port-Huron Northern's hits. That's her third single today. 3 for 3. Fergal came in, starting the contest, averaging 133. She's got her average up right around the 280 mark now. That brings up Tracy Alcock. Tracy's 1 for 3 today. 2 down, 1 on, top of the 7th. Crowd's quiet. Brown pitch a little low. Alcock goes for it. 1 strike. Tracy, a fine hitter, good leadoff hitter. He's got a pretty good eye. And that's a pop-up. The catcher should handle it. She makes the catch. 3 away. And Port-Huron High School pulls an upset as they defeat the Port-Huron Northern Huskies 4-0. And the top of the 7th inning for Port-Huron Northern, they score no runs. They get 1 hit. No errors again by Port-Huron High School, and 1 person left on base. And the final score here from Memorial Stadium is Port-Huron Northern Huskies 0, and the home team, Port-Huron High School Big Reds 4. Excellent win here for Coach George Popa's softball program. To recap the game, the stars of the game here for Port-Huron High School. Kelly Nichols is one of the hitting stars. She went 2 for 3. Another hitting star, Christy Berry. She went 2 for 3. Another hitting star for Port-Huron High School was Jenny Fleshman, who had a big single. And defensive standouts for many for Port-Huron High School. Kelly Nichols did a real fine job at shortstop. Second baseman Sherry Hubbard had a real fine day. And probably the key defensively for the game was the right fielder for Port-Huron High School, the 12th grader, Jamie Bauman, who just made 2 sensational running catches out in right field. For Port-Huron Northern, probably the most effective player on the ball field for them was Debbie Whitman, who came from nowhere, entered the ball game with a 133 batting the 7 innings she pitched. She kept the Port Huron Northern Huskies off balance by mixing her speeds, mixing her pitches, using her fielders. There were really only 4 or 5 balls that were really hit hard by the Port Huron Northern Huskies. Huskies came in with a solid 270 team average. I'm sure that will go down a little bit. Downing did a real fine job. Don't want to go without mention of the catcher, Jenny Fleshman, who also did a good job calling pitches for Jenny Downing. And again, it was a real fine all-around game by the Port Huron High School Big Reds. Port Huron Northern, Amy Kilborn, had a little bit of a tired arm before the game started. He's not really making any excuses for her. She didn't quite have the pop she normally has on the ball, but the Port Huron High School Big Reds definitely took care of business as they countered with 2, 4, 6, 8 big hits against Amy Kilborn. Remember, Amy came into the game 46 innings, only 13 hits allowed, and the Port Huron High School Big Reds had 8 hits in 6 innings. The final totals in the ball game as we wrap it up for the Port Huron High School victorious Big Reds from the south side of Port Huron. They had 4 runs, on 8 hits. They made 1 error, and they left 5 runners on base. And for the Port Huron Northern Huskies, they scored no runs. They had 5 hits. They left 6 runners on base, and they helped the Port Huron High School Big Red cause with 3 errors. So this is John Campbell wrapping it up here from Port Huron High School. With, again, the final score, the Port Huron High School Big Reds 4, Port Huron Northern Huskies nothing. This is Cable Port Huron High School, Cable Channel 6, your local school station